The killer in you is the power in me. Pleased to meet you, so good to see. The killer in you will keep me alive. Back to back, self-sacrifice.
Tonight is a massive night of action here tonight on Millennium 97 as we get set for one hell of a way to kick off the road to Crossroads. I'm Chloe the Troublemaker James at your service for this evening, and tonight it is the return of Gauntlet for the Gold as four men, Ranma Salturbe, Squall Leonhardt, the phenomenal Wave Master Tsukasa, and the ultimate sadist, Gundham Tanaka, do battle tonight to decide who will face off against Sho Minamimoto for the Millennium Championship at Crossroads. But ladies and gentlemen, that isn't the only thing that we have set for you this evening as we get set for one hell of an opener here tonight, as well Ranma Salturbe will be in our main event. His partner in Dojo Salturbe and Ryoga Hibiki is set for battle here tonight in your opening contest against one half of the legendary defenders in Lance. Now, while things have definitely been interesting in the part of both camps, both members of which having gone on somewhat of a solo streak as of late, and we saw them both face off against each other just at the opening bells for Millennium this season, tonight you realistically have to put yourself in the position of both men, as now they are both on the other as the shoe is on the other foot, one might argue with this one. As tonight we're pretty much getting the inverse of what we got on the first Millennium of the season, as Lance and Ryoga are essentially facing off against each other after both sides have already faced off in tag team and in solo action, respectively. And especially if I'm Lance McLean in this situation, especially given everything that's been going on the side of the legendary defenders as of late, I would put myself in the position where this is an interesting predicament, because Lance has definitely been trying to break out on his own as of late. One could definitely argue he's been trying to make a statement that he himself is the breakout of the legendary defenders. And while I definitely have had to question that a little bit over the last few weeks, and especially some more recent developments as they've been happening here on Millennium, one thing I will definitely not state, that Lance does not deserve to be seen as lesser to Keith in that regard. Yeah, I would argue it's more of his attitude that's really getting in the way of him, but let's clear the air real quick. We're getting set for the opening contest for what is going to be a jam-packed night here tonight on Millennium, and we get set as the bell has rung on this opening matchup for the evening. And it's already back and forth between Ryoga and Lance. Lance, however, taking the advantage, laying out Ryoga with a massive, massive lariat right there. Really feeling himself in this moment, going right back to the well against Ryoga, setting him up and laying him down with the flatliner just like that, and now going off the ropes and a DDT for good measure as well. Lance is definitely in the driver's seat at this opening match. Ooh, and okay, maybe Lance does deserve to have a little bit of that confidence. Who could say, really? I mean, he's already taken Ryoga and more or less completely just taken dominance in this match, but as soon as I say that, nobody in the comments mentioned anything, I'm aware, but he only gets a 1. Only getting a 1 against Lance in that regard. But Lance is back up and ready, getting right back into it again. And Lance setting him down and, hitting the drive-by dropkick right there to the side of the head. Now here's where I would argue that Lance McLean definitely has been showcasing himself as a credible fighter. I will definitely say that for him. But it's like I was saying before, his attitude when it comes to teaming with Keith only netting a 1, that's really kind of leaving a lot of people puzzled as of late. Because a lot of people have really been thinking as to what the hell is actually going on with the Legendary Defenders, especially with recent developments. Especially while they have been sort of flip-flopping on whether or not these two are actually in sync with each other still, after Keith's solo efforts back a few seasons ago, and now Lance trying to break out in his own right after failed attempts at being tag team champions. One has to wonder if I'm in the position of Lance at this point, is this the way to finally be able to showcase that I'm just as good as Keith? And while I certainly won't doubt that, I will not doubt that Lance and I will continue to say this, Lance definitely does deserve the hype. We're looking at someone who is sort of at a crossroads in a sense in terms of his predicaments as to whether or not he will still stand alongside his partner. And the side backstabber just like that by Lance. And now setting it up right there. True blue right there, right to the side of the, right there to the head. 1, 2. Only netting a 2 with true blue just like that. And now Lance seemingly trying to go for this hard-hitting strikes and wait a minute. No, the P-drop. The P-drop hitting it hard too. Only netting a 2 right there onto Lance McLean. And Ryoga Hibiki is absolutely, is just thinking to himself, I mean, it's still only going, no! Hitting him hard with that one. And these two are now just trading hard-hitting strikes against each other. This match has actually been a pretty good test of wills between the both of them at this point. And now with the strikes going up against each other, Lance truly proving himself right here against Ryoga. And these two continuing the trade, the chops right here. Continuing to go at it. These two just keep on going. And no, Ryoga finding the opening. And laying down Lance right there with that opening. Setting him up and wait a minute. Laying him down just like that. And my God. Just laying into him right there, trapping him just like that with the arms, and no, Lance getting the hell out of Dodge, just like that. And Lance setting him up right there, and right there for the right there for the Dude Buster, just like that. Once again, only netting Lance a 2 with that one. And now setting Ryoga up, sliding it down just like that, and Lance continuing his efforts just like that. Now Lance going up top here. What on earth? And a splash right there onto Ryoga. Go for the pin. 2. Only a 2 again. Now Lance continuing to wail down, still firmly within the driver's seat position in this matchup. And wait a minute, what on earth is he thinking? Oh God! Lawn darting Ryoga Hibiki just like that. And wait a minute, arm trap, crossface, ring positioning on the part of Ryoga Hibiki. Smart move on the part of Ryoga on that part. Unfortunately, Lance is fuming. He's not really taking into account the fact that the positioning with that one was not on his side. And once again, going for another sit-out Dude Buster. Ryoga seemingly trying to play catch-up at this point here. One has to wonder specifically if Ryoga is trying to make up for the lost time in this regard. And setting him up, and God, setting him down with the backcracker as well with that one. And Ryoga seemingly trying to maintain that control and also wear down Lance for good measure as well with that one. One has to wonder just what on earth is Ryoga thinking here with this one, but no, Lance taking advantage of the situation again. And here we go, once again, Ryoga seemingly taking advantage of it again, trying to get the run up onto Lance, and no! Once again, only ramming right into him. Ryoga continuing to try and take advantage. No! Crumbling down just at the pivotal moment. Lance taking full advantage of the situation here. And Lance seemingly trying to maintain the advantage that he's had up until this point. Continuing to wear down on Ryoga at this point, who's already been through quite a lot in this match as it is. And now Lance seemingly about to take advantage of the situation again, and no! Ryoga, no! Just when you thought Ryoga was about to take advantage of it again, but no! Ryoga catches him in the moment just like that! And Ryoga once again taking full advantage of this again. No! Splash denied. Lance gets out of the way. Realistically, at this point, these two are going after each other and trying to find one firm opening to take advantage of the situation. But out of the both of them, who realistically is going to be the one to take that into their own hands? And no! Lance seemingly trying to go for a suplex position there, but Ryoga is having none of it. And Ryoga playing... No! Caught with the elbow. And no, Lance caught trying to do a super kick with that one there. And Ryoga... Oh, wait a minute. No! Sinclaired him right onto the bottom rope just like that. No! The slingshot denied with that one there. And now Ryoga's right back into it again, continuing to take full advantage of it. And wait a minute, no, Ryoga! Seemingly going for the P-drop again, but no, denied again. Continuously going back and forth with each other at this point here. Realistically, and wait a minute. Lance setting it up. Side backcracker again. Side backstabber, I should say. Sorry about that one. Dragging him to the middle of the ring. He wants to ensure that he's got this locked in hard. Arm trap crossface just like that, and Lance has cinched it in tight onto Ryoga Hibiki, and he taps. Lance McLean wanted to make a goddamn statement tonight, and let me just say, statement heard, Blue Lion. Statement has been made clear as day in this encounter here tonight against Ryoga Hibiki. Whether or not this is a statement of intent, or whether or not this is a statement that he is just as good as Keith, we have yet to find out. But especially with this, pulling up the arm trap crossface right there onto submission specialist Ryoga Hibiki, realistically, one has to wonder if this is the makings of something new for Lance McLean as a solo effort here tonight. But when we come back, it's the gauntlet for the gold. We'll be right back here on Millennium. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Gauntlet for the Gold time. Now, for those of you who do not recall Gauntlet for the Gold, let's just run this down here real quick. 2 superstars have been randomly chosen. They will start in the ring. Standard Gauntlet rules apply immediately after the fact. When one is eliminated, another one comes in. It's pinfall, submission, or disqualification only. No countouts in that regard. And it will only go until one is left. And the winner of that goes to meet Sho Minamimoto for the Millennium title at Crossroads. And it looks as though we go from one member of Dojo Saotome to another, as Ranma Saotome, the king of Saotome style, is set to open up the Gauntlet for the Gold as its first competitor. Whether or not this is going to be a test for Ranma Saotome as a test of wills, or whether or not this is going to be just another hard-hitting lesson right here for the King of Saotome style, we are going to see that in brutal force here tonight. But for someone who has reached the top of the mountain and represented Millennium on several occasions, tonight, Ranma Saotome has every chance to make his mark once again. But here comes a man who he knows very well from his past as Millennium Champion, as this is the man that he initially took the belt from back in Season 4 in order to become Millennium Champion in the first place. And while these two have definitely grown and sort of gone in their own separate directions in the past, tonight, these two start us off on the path for the Gauntlet for the Gold. And if I'm Squall Leonhardt, or if I'm Ranma Saotome, I'm thinking to myself right now, this is someone I know very well, someone who I've literally seen since the beginning of this company grow. And tonight, I have to face off against him one more time in order to get another chance at the championship. And we're starting it off right. And right now, these two just going after each other right there for the word go. And Ranma keeping that upper hand and seemingly confident as hell about it for good measure. And a super kick right to the head of Squall Leonhardt, giving us a singular indication that Ranma may be going for the early pin already. Only a 2. Ranma, on the other hand, putting everything in his body to good use. And continuing to go for it. And a snap DDT just like that. And once again going right for it again. And these two, we saw this quite a bit in the last encounter between Ryoga and Lance McLean. And now these two are trading blow for blow in this opening contest for Gauntlet for the Gold. Going after and trading blow for blow against each other. One has to imagine, just with everything we've seen so far, it's... Oh, Ranma taking the advantage! And setting up... Squall getting hit with that Revolution knee just like that. Speaking of the knees, focusing hard on there by Ranma, continuing to focus hard on that knee just like that. Laying him down. And Ranma definitely feeling himself, having not been dealt a level of hurt in this match so far, but he better be focusing himself here because Squall is literally standing right in front of him and he's busting it out for good measure as well. He's going right for it. And Squall going onto the outside and oh Jesus Christ! Oh, well, okay. Okay, so we're just throwing caution right to the wind, aren't we? Oh, Jesus. And again, like the rules stated, no countouts are being applied to this gauntlet match here tonight. So these two can brawl on the outside all they want. End of the day, it's not going to matter. The only way these two are the only way either one of them is going to be taken out of this match and a new competitor comes in is by pinfall, submission, or disqualification with this one here. Everything else, throw it out the window entirely. And while Ranma was definitely taking most of the assault onto Squall in the beginning, literally as I say that, Squall was taking a fair chunk of change just like that right out of Ranma. And now Ranma's back on the offensive. No! Squall hitting him hard. And Ranma reversing it again. And that step up enziguri just like that. And here it comes, Saotome Rocket incoming, and no! Squall gets out of it! Squall gets out of the way, reverses the Saotome Rocket. And Squall taking full advantage, going right for it onto Ranma just like that. But Ranma getting right back out of it. Going for it, no! Mistimed it entirely. Squall maintains his advantage. Sit out reverse DDT, but you can definitely tell Squall has already taken a fair chunk of damage just like that. And continuing to assault him. And it seems as though Squall is trying to make up for that fact by continuing to dish out the damage right there and trying to wear down Ranma in a similar fashion that he's been up until this point. Because you can definitely see that moment where he was absolutely... He took his time getting up and it looked like he was writhing in pain throughout all of that. Now Squall seemingly continuing to break apart Ranma piece by bloody piece just like that. And now Squall sending him into the ropes and flinging him over like he was nothing, just like that. And seemingly trying to ramp it up here, looking at him just like that and slingshotting himself through the ropes, spearing him onto the outside. And to think this is only the first competitors in this gauntlet, and Squall taking advantage of the situation. Gut bust, setting him up right there, laying him right back down on his knee for good measure. And Squall might be about to put the finishing touch right there onto Ranma, but no, Ranma gets out of dodge just like that. Trying to take full advantage of the situation, and another revolution knee right to the head of Squall Leonhardt. And Ranma assessing the situation clear as day. And a tilt-a-wall DDT laying out Squall Leonhardt just like that. And Ranma assessing Squall on the outside, waiting for him to get back up. Oh no! God, slingshotting himself through there just again. I'm stunned, honestly. We're only one set of competitors in this gauntlet, and these two are continuously dishing out the damage against one another. I don't know what to tell y'all. We're in it for the long haul here, baby cakes. These two continuing to dish it out, strike for strike against one another. Realistically, one of them has to falter here, and it looks like Squall maybe not looking good at this point. Continuing to lay down the strikes. These two just keep on going, and wait a goddamn minute. Here we go, laying it into each other, wailing onto each other. And these fans are loving it here in this opening bout for the gauntlet for the gold right here. And now it is super kick followed up on there by Ranma Saotome. It's not looking good, and another enziguri. And that took a damn chunk of change right out of Ranma Saotome's body. You can see him just crawling, trying to get to those ropes there. And you have to wonder, has he already expended too much in this gauntlet? He has two competitors if he makes it out of this. But he might be looking to deal the finishing touch right here and now of a Saltome rocket. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. That Squall out of the way. Who out of Tsukasa and Gundam is next? Oh boy, Ranma. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, buddy, but I don't think you're lasting that much longer in this gauntlet. I'm gonna be real with you right now. Round 2 is now underway in the gauntlet for the gold, and Ranma immediately trying to get the upper hand, but I think Gundam Tanaka is gonna be wanting to just pick up the scrap heap that is Ranma Saltome at this point, getting an easy win. And Ranma saying, no, I'm not that easy. I'm not going down like that. And he follows it up with us, and he follows it right up right there. Follows it up immediately right there. Trying to make Gundam submit just like that. Tries to make him just tap out with the Saltome lock from out of nowhere. I'm sorry, I was just stunned that Ranma could still pull out a fucking Saltome lock from out of fucking nowhere after he just got done with Squall Leonhardt. Good God, we're in it for the long haul here tonight, that's for certain. And these two continuing to dish it out against one another. Speaking of dishing it out, Gundam absolutely wailing down onto the skull of Ranma Saltome, almost as if wanting to make him bleed at this point here. But Ranma is simply standing up and saying, no, you're not getting that out of me just yet. And Ranma, in return, setting him up, laying him right back down, going right for the pin. 1, only netting a 1. Gundam has not had that much damage put up against him just yet. And continuing to wail down on him just like that. And Ranma continuously laying down the punishment right there onto Gundam. And you can see he's still got that level of energy still lasting within him at this point. And Tiger Bomb just like that. 1. Only netting a 1 again onto Gundam. And Ranma seizing it right there. Pulling a page right out of Squall Leonhardt's book from earlier. Tackling Gundam right there with that moonsault. Just like that. And Ranma in return coming back in with a springboard dropkick. But that immediately took the wind right out of him. Immediately taking the wind right back out of him. Going right back onto the assault. But no, Gundam catches him just like that. Sending him into the corner. And it is not looking good for Ranma if we think we know what's coming. And no! Thought that was a Dark Deva kick incoming there. And a suplex from the top of the rope by Gundam Tanaka, and it is not looking good for Ranma. He's taken a fair chunk of damage at this point from his matchup with Squall earlier, and now looks to be taking a fair chunk of pain right here and now. Hitting the hardest part of the ring right there onto the corners of the apron, just like that. And a combination hitting the knee right there, right onto his fucking skull. And Gundam is looking to put it to an end right here and now. He's got one thing in mind. He's eyeing him down. Dark Deva kick! Dark Deva kick. And I think that might be it for Ranma here and now. 2. No! Only a 2 count right there as Ranma barely kicks out of the Dark Deva kick. And Gundam is seemingly fuming about that. Wailing him and practically begging for him to just seal the deal just like that. And he's saying it's not enough. I'm going to kill this guy. Even if it means I have to knock him the fuck out, I am going to the next stage of this gauntlet. And Gundham is calling him up, but no, Ranma! I would call this getting a second win, but I would say that's more like his third win at this point here. Catches it! Another goddamn Enziguri, and no! Gundham picking him up again, setting him onto the ropes and stun gunning him just like that onto the ropes. And now Gundham picking him right back up, going right back to wailing down with those strikes just like that. And no, Ranma catches him, kicks him right in the ass. No other way to say it, unfortunately, that's what he did. And Ranma going right back onto it, a step up forearm smash just like that. And right there with the DDT again. No, Gundham catches him just like that. And now Gundham going up top. What on earth is he thinking? No, an elbow drop denied. And Ranma's right back at it. No! Savant kick denied that time. And now Gundham following Ranma to the outside, looking to dish out even more damage, but flinging him right back in instead. Continuing to just wear down on the chest of Ranma just like that. If he's thinking sadist submission, he might be wanting to focus hard on that chest area just like that. Meanwhile, Ranma's trying to focus on Gundam's head just like that, trying to make sure that if he is going to apply the Saotome lock, he needs to ensure that head and chest is fully worn down, because he cannot keep it in there for too long, because as you can already see, even that lariat took a lot out of him at that point. But even Gundham realizes that he doesn't have a lot to go, and yet Ranma is still trying to pull out all this hard-hitting strikes, and no, Saotome lock! Saotome lock right in the middle of the ring. He picked up perfect opportunity for it as well. And he cinched it in tight. You can just see that Ranma is barely holding on with the Saotome lock in the middle of the ring, but you can also see that Gundham is trying his best to get out of it. And yet Ranma, he cinched it in tighter. He cinched it in tighter in the middle of the ring, and he's trying his damnedest to make Gundham tap out. After everything that he's put himself through in this gauntlet so far, and everything that he's put Gundham through, is he gonna actually be able to make Gundham Tanaka, of all people, tap out? He does it! Ranma Saotome made Gundham fucking Tanaka tap out after everything he's been through. But after all of that, he still has to go through Tsukasa in the last stage of the gauntlet for the gold. And you can see the phenomenal Wave Master already down here in the middle of the ring, ready and raring to go. And as you can see, immediately it's not looking good for Tsukasa at this point. Ranma has been through so much in this contest already. One has to wonder what the hell... What on earth is Ranma actually running on at this point? Because I am not convinced that he is running on any kind of anything other than fumes at this point. I'm not surprised Tsukasa didn't just walk in here, ride the wave him, and then call it a day. But yet Ranma, I was about to say showcasing that he still has a fair bit to go in this match, but that drive-by dropkick took the hell out of him again. Left him winded again, and he's taken so much damage to that chest at this point. I'm actually worried for the man at this point. And I think Tsukasa is even trying to wear him down to try and make it easier to try and take him down as quickly as possible. But yet Ranma is still finding a way to get through it all, to try and make it clear that he is not going down without a fight, and a hard-hitting brainbuster right there. But that still took the daylights right out of Ranma, and he barely got up right before Tsukasa did, leaving Tsukasa enough time to take advantage of it. And wait a minute. Did he just Canadian destroy the man? One, Jesus Christ, I was about to say if that got a 2 count. Fucking hell, Ranma. And here Tsukasa is still wailing down here on Ranma, continuing to just put on a show for these people here tonight. We've already had 2 massive mini encounters here tonight between Squall and Gundham Tanaka. And I was waiting for it to happen, but it's official. We've got a bleeder here tonight. And Tsukasa continuing to wear down on Ranma at this point here, continuing to dish it out and then some. But Ranma caught in the middle of it just like that. Tsukasa, on the other hand, using every part of the ring position, and Ranma being completely out of commission just like that, continuing to wear him down. Going for the legs as well, knowing for a damn fact that if he can wear down on those legs and the arms, the Sao Tome lock will effectively be nulled. And even then with the Sao Tome, and even then with the Sao Tome rocket as well. And you can see Ranma just continuing to get dished out the damage as Tsukasa continues to wear him out. Right there onto that already bloodied up skull as well, but Ranma's still back up! He's still back up! I can't believe it! And wait a minute, going for the calf killer, but no! Foot on the rope, smart use of the ring position right there by Ranma. And now, no, Ranma flinging Tsukasa right there into the ropes. Tsukasa getting out of dodge just like that, but no! Ranma mistimed it entirely, but no! Sao Tome lock from out the hell out of nowhere. Hitting a Sao Tome lock right there onto Tsukasa in the middle of the ring. But you can tell, unlike what happened with Gundam, Tsukasa is still relatively fresh and Ranma has barely got anything left in the tank. Not to mention he's bleeding as well. Trying to wear down on the chest again and trying to go for it out of desperation. A 4th Sao Tome lock in this match. Once again, but no, Tsukasa gets out of it easily this time. Easily gets out of it this time and continuing to wear down on him as well. And here we go, Tsukasa responding in kind. Ride the wave, going for it right there. 1, 2. I was about to call that a free count. That was almost a goddamn free count, and I think everyone in this arena knew it. Tsukasa thought he had him just like that after 2 Sao Tome locks failed. But Tsukasa is still in this. Ranma is still in this, I should say. Tsukasa continuously has to fight his way out of it at every turn. And Ranma, no! Ranma denied! Tsukasa flinging him right out of the ropes just like that, continuing to go for it every step of the way. Tsukasa now going up top. Got something dangerous! No, an elbow drop denied again! That forearm followed up by the corkscrew. Going for the pin now. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Only a 2 count. And here we go, setting it up. Revolution knee, hitting it once again. Continuing to wear down on the legs again. And Ranma just trying to wear down the opponent as best as he possibly can. But realistically at this point, how much can you realistically wear down after you yourself have been worn down so much? Continuously wailing in on the elbows just like that. Wailing down on those elbows and continuously going for the assault. Got Tsukasa in the corner there, but he's barely got anything left. And yet he's still pulling out the assaults like his life depended on it. And honestly, it may very well, given everything that this matchup has going for it. He may very well have a lot on the line, given everything that we're going for here with this one. Going for the run-up, and no. Going for the kick again into the corner. Ranma is just, again, you can tell the man is just trying to find any way that he can to keep Tsukasa down, but Tsukasa continues to find a way out of it at every single opportunity he can at this point. What more can Ranma do to keep him down is the big question here. Setting Tsukasa up in the Tree of Woe position. What on earth is Ranma thinking here? Is he seriously... Jesus Christ, a foot stomp right there from the corner, just like that. Ranma, bloodied up still, is not going down without a goddamn fight, and then some. Float over DDT for good measure as well. And at this point, he's thinking, have I got... He doesn't even have... He's not even sure. He's just thinking, what the hell do I gotta do to keep you down? And realistically, at this point, even I don't know. Even I don't know, Ranma. But he hit it one more time with the enziguri. But it wasn't even enough to keep Tsukasa down for that long. And no, Ranma laying him down with the side sweep. And Ranma trying to keep Tsukasa down, trying his best to keep him in place so that he might be able to try and go for the Saotome Rocket again. Here it comes. If he hits this, I think it might be game set for Ranma, and yes! He hits it! I think we've got our #1 contender right here and now! No! You can just feel the pain right there. Ranma thought he had it! He thought he had the goddamn match in the bag just like that! 1, 2, no! Ranma again thought he damn well had it. And I thought he did as well after everything he has done in this matchup to this point. After everything he has relatively survived in this matchup to now. And it's still continuing in a stunner just like that off the ropes. Ranma's still very much feeling himself right now, but one has to wonder, at what point are these two, which one of them really is going to be the one to take each other down just like that? I mean, I don't know what else to say. These two are definitely leaving it all in the ring right now. Especially Ranma, who's literally leaving his blood in the ring right now. Let's be clear about that. Ranma, clothesline, and a bulldog combination for good measure. And now, he's thinking one more time. He's thinking one more Saotome Rocket. That might be the clinch. And no! Tsukasa catches him! Tsukasa catches him just like that! And wait a minute, Tsukasa thinking calf crusher. Calf killer right there in the middle of the ring. And it's almost an exercise in misery. He can make him tap out just like that. You can literally see the blood forming a pool right below Ranma's head. You can see him literally being so close to tapping here. He's practically begging for this match to end, but no. God, look at all that blood, and Tsukasa. Tsukasa is about to deal the killing blow one more time. Right there to Ranma Saotome as he rides the wave one more time. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. After a long-fought match, Ranma falls to the phenomenal Wave Master. And Tsukasa goes to Crossroads to face off against Sho Minamimoto. His first opportunity at a World Championship for 2 whole seasons. And he finally gets it against the man we all despise. And I know for a fact he's calling for a microphone at this point.
This is a position I didn't think I would ever find myself in again. If I can be honest with you all. But here I am. #1 contender for a world championship in this company once again. You all know my history of fighting for championships like this in the past. I fought for my chance to take the belt and become a world champion against former bad guy Spike Spiegel in the past, believing that I could redeem myself by beating him and taking the belt away from him. Well, this is a similar situation I'm in with Sho, having proven myself to this point to become a contender again, and now I get to try and take that belt away from him now. Seems as though history never changes, only goes in cycles. And if we really are just to repeat history like that, then fine. I'll have no problem beating another former member of that group again. If it means that I can put someone like Sho Minamimoto in his place, I'll gladly...
You won't do a goddamn thing, you digital genderqueer has-been! You, like everyone else who has come before you to try and beat me down, will learn very quickly what happens when you try to take this belt that I worked so hard to get away from me. And see, you can talk all you want about how you were the longest reigning world champion on that other show of ours. But here on my brand, I'm the top dog, and I'm not going to let someone who thinks their supposed legacy means that they should be an easy win. You sound like that other old-timer hero who's barking up a storm. But you'll find out when we face off in a few weeks, just how outclassed you truly are. Because unlike that outlaw or anyone else you've beaten, I'm young, I've got the brains to back it up, and I'm not a coward like the others around here. So I'm afraid you might just end up fully broken when I'm done with you.
Taunt all you want, you reaping bastard. But I get a feeling that in 4 weeks' time, you're not going to be laughing when the phenomenal Wave Master finally gets his hands on you, and we are rid of you once and for all!